We're going to begin with Dan Cohen and the government's new case against Chelsea Manning, which broke this morning. All right, Dan, start us off. What's going on? What happened this morning?
All right, Rick. So Chelsea Manning was charged with criminal contempt and taken into custody after refusing to testify before a grand jury, which is investigating WikiLeaks, the infamous whistleblowing group. So according to one report, the grand jury was planning to question her about whether WikiLeaks editor-in-chief Julian Assange solicited her to release documents. She refused because the hearing is held in a secret court and argued that it's a violation of her First, Fourth, and Sixth Amendment rights. First Amendment being freedom of speech, Fourth Amendment being unlawful search and seizure, Sixth Amendment being right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury. She'll be held in jail until she either agrees to testify or until the grand jury expires, which could be as long as 18 months. She released a statement just a few minutes ago saying she won't comply with this or any grand jury whatsoever. She said she's being punished for ethical objections to the grand jury system and that the questions that she's supposed to answer pertain to disclosures from 9 years ago, which she already testified about publicly.
Extensively, she says.
Exactly. Yeah. She called the grand jury a secret process that she morally objects to and that it's been used to entrap and persecute politically protected speech. She had also asked for home confinement rather than jail time because she faces potential health risks. Just back in October, she went through gender-affirming surgery. So, we don't know what could happen to her in prison. I spoke to Alex Rubinstein, who's been covering her trial.
Do we have that? Oh, we don't have it.
We don't have it.
Apparently, we don't have it. Tell us what he said.
Alex said that this is basically that these grand jury that this could happen again and again, and it's been happening. She could be in prison for even longer after the 18 months, and it's been happening since 2010, 2011, when these prosecutions started happening, and it's.
Let me help us, right? Sure. Really, all of America. Try to understand this whole WikiLeaks thing. So, she essentially divulged tons of secret information, right? Some of that made the U.S. military, U.S. officials, etc., look not so good, right? Others in there apparently were like, according to U.S. officials, like, why are you divulging all of our secrets, right? Is there a good argument for the fact that she may have violated the interest of our own government by just putting everything out there like that?
Well, I mean, I think you look at a video like what WikiLeaks titled Collateral Murder, which showed U.S. military from a helicopter gunning down civilians and a journalist in Iraq. So, I mean, does releasing this violate American national security interests? I mean, well...
So what she's saying is, look, I have stuff the American people should know.
Exactly.
If our military makes a mistake, we should at least know about it. It's not that they can't make mistakes. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But we should be more transparent. And that was the point that she was trying to make with the WikiLeaks divulgement, right?
Whistleblowing, exactly.
Yeah. And by the way, we have that bite. Do we want to play it now? Let's hear what Alex has to say.
All right. It seems like that she's being politically targeted. The government is aware of her political beliefs. She's been very vocal about her opposition to grand juries generally. Basically, they've been convening these grand juries targeting Assange since like 2011, and they could keep doing that. So even after this grand jury ends and she's released from jail, they could potentially try to subpoena her again if they're unable to extradite Assange before that time.
I'm Rick Sanchez. You found us on YouTube, and that's awesome. But you know what? I'm also live every night at 7 and 8 p.m. Eastern on DirecTV and Dish and cable and satellite, the RT app, and Pluto TV. I'll see you there.